One love, shout out to all of you wonderful, wonderful deep divers. I hope your day is going good. I hope everybody's day is going good. Let's breathe. One more time. Whoa. Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Shout out to everyone who's here. Everybody who's joining us. Oh, we got a lot to talk about, deep divers. Greetings, shout out to everybody who's here, everybody who's diving deep. Oh, we got the chat going. Secrets of raising your vibrational frequency, mastering the matrix, and healing with Ralph Smart. Shout out to everyone who's here. Shout out to everyone who's been getting the best-selling book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon, and at ralphsmart.com/the book. And at ralphsmart.com/the book, the Bible of Becoming Your Greatest Version. Also, the Good Ass Prana shirts, ralphsmart.com/clothes, spreadshirt.com if you're in America. So, deep divers, let's raise the frequency. Let's start off the show with gratitude, and we're going to have fun. Shout out to everyone who's here. Don't you just want to dance, deep divers?
Turn it on. Turn it up.
Start
Oh yeah, shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. Like I always say, let's raise the frequency. Let's elevate once again. Give thanks. Hit that like button. Share the video. And let's elevate.
Yeah, they hate when you elevate. You're stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way too fly, yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down, no. Got this whole view to myself, yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. This my vocation, now I got rollies, all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Squatting on bed like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living a life like I'm rich and I'm famous. Don't see the grind that I know that it came with,
Oh yeah, we can really dive into that. Shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. I hope your day is going good. Hope everybody's day is going good. So I just thought, let me go live, deep divers. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat. I said, let me go live. Let's raise the frequency. Shout out to Mecca Ann in the house. You are appreciated. Shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's diving deep. Everybody who's diving deep, right? So, secrets of raising your vibrational frequency and mastering the matrix. So I always say it's so important to go live, right? It's so important to go live because right now we're living in a whole new age. You know, I'm off the time where you just put out a video and that's cool. You know, I can still do that. But right now it's all about interacting with deep divers in live time. Make sure you hit that like button, share the video, hit that super chat as well, deep divers. Let's start off the show with gratitude. Like I always say, I don't go live a lot like I used to, even though I'm putting out daily videos. But the reason why I go live is just to connect with deep divers in live time. I'm already living in abundance. Life is good. But like my mentor taught me, let me shout out to Vlogs are where you are appreciated. Coming in on the 11/11. Wait a second. Coming in on the 11/11. Like my mentor taught me, just give thanks. You know, that's the reason why I'm doing these live streams. That's the reason why I'm doing these podcasts. That's the reason why I'm still here creating consistently. Only because of gratitude. I'm not here by my grace, only through the grace of the universe. You know, we've all got to remind ourselves one of the greatest ways to raise your vibrational frequency is through gratitude. Every single day. There's a reason why I'm always saying thank you. You know, we've got to remind ourselves right now, this is a great time to be alive. And it's a great time to say thank you. Did you say thank you today? That's the question, deep divers. Did you say thank you? I want to say a thank you to everyone who's been supporting Infinite Waters. I want to say a thank you to everyone who's helped me along my journey. I want to thank my mom. I want to thank a lot of people. I want to thank Thriving with EMRLG. You are appreciated. You got a Don DeMarco. Thank you for going live. That's what I'm here to do. Right? I'm here to interact with you in live time. I'm not hiding. I'm here with you, deep divers. Secrets of raising your vibrational frequency, mastering the matrix, and healing with Ralph Smart. So I always say, you know, gratitude shifts your vibrational frequency. You know, it's changed my life every single day just to wake up saying thank you. You know, one of the things we got to remind ourselves of is that we are miracles. We don't even realize it. We don't even realize just the act of being alive is a miracle. You woke up today. It's a miracle. So I never take life for granted. I never say, oh, it's just a life. I say, hey, this is a gift. I've got to use it. And this is one of the greatest ways to raise your vibrational frequency. Let me shout out to the wonderful, magnificent Kathy Johnson in the house. Shout out to Kathy. Shout out to Kathy Johnson. You are appreciated. Most definitely. So, I'm always starting with gratitude, because this is why people always say, Ralph, gosh, how come your frequency is so high? How come your vibration is so high? And it's because I always say, I'm not here because I want to be here every single day. I'm here because I know that I've got to be grateful for me to be here. You've got to be grateful for you to be there. You don't get as consistent as Ralph Smart without gratitude. So always remind yourself, secrets of raising your vibrational frequency, gratitude is number one. A lot of people don't realize that your vibrational state is dependent on your level of gratitude. And that's the reason why butterfly fly the sky, you are appreciated. I've got so many things to be grateful for. So many things to be grateful for. And that's the reason why I say, I could have said, what, I don't want to go live today. But I said, what, I got so much energy. I want to share with deep divers in live time. And we've got to remind ourselves, we can change our vibrational frequency just based on our action in the present moment. A lot of people, for instance, are only using 10% of their full potential every single day. And the reason why is because we put a cap on ourselves. We put a limit on ourselves. We say that's enough. And this is the reason why a lot of people, their vibrational frequency decreases, because people get caught up in a comfort zone. They get caught up in a prison. And you see, I'm always getting uncomfortable. I'm doing live streams. I'm throwing myself in the deep end. And I'm always raising my frequency, because growth happens in discomfort. Growth happens in discomfort. Shout out to everyone who's here. Everyone who's diving deep. Oh, we just dive straight into this topic, deep divers. Secrets of raising your vibrational frequency, mastering the matrix, and healing with Ralph Smart. And Dayan, shout out to you. And right now, if there's a specific topic you want me to talk about, if there's a question, put it in the super chat, and I'm going to read every single message. And this is an interactive show. This is actually the people's show. It's not about me. It's about you. So we're living in a time of great change on the planet. A lot of people right now are taking a look at their own life, taking a look at their own emotional state. When you walk around, you can see a lot of people who need to heal themselves. A lot of people on the planet are in a state of trauma. A lot of people on the planet are in a state of disease. A lot of people on the planet are in a state of ego. And it's because the frequency has lowered, has dropped, has decreased. And that's the reason why what is optimum health is raising your frequency. One thing I want to tell you, deep dives, is that I could only do what I'm doing with balance. You've seen me. It's impossible for someone to create this consistently who is in a state of imbalance. You have to be balanced to do the work I'm doing. And I've been mentoring millions on how to become your greatest version. And it starts with balance. It starts with equilibrium. It starts with self-discipline. Shout out to everyone who's here. David Tomes, you are appreciated. Like I say, reading every single comment. David Tomes, PTSD, alcoholism, and coping with trauma. That's what's going on the planet. Absolutely. You know, a lot of people are going through so much right now, but I'm here to help deep divers. I'm here to help you raise your vibrational frequency. Shout out to everyone who's here. So let me tell you this. You know, right here, we got a beautiful acai bowl. We got strawberries, we got bananas, we got almonds, right? And the reason why I say food is where it starts is because, let me shout out to Dr. Sabi, one of my food mentors, but food is where it starts. You know, a lot of people don't realize that when we talk of the secrets of raising your vibrational frequency, it's got everything to do with what you're eating, what you're consuming, what you're putting in your mouth. I've been plant-based for over 18 years. And I can tell you that the results speak for themselves. I can tell you that if I didn't change my diet at the time I did, there would be no infinite waters. If I didn't say, hey, I got to stop eating that, there would be no infinite waters, you know. So one of the greatest ways to raise your frequency, your vibrational state, is to really realize you are what you eat. Every 35 days, your body makes new cells from the foods you're eating, you know. And when enough people realize this, everything changes. You know, one of the tips I can give you is make it whole meal. Make sure you're eating whole foods. Anytime you do this, I've seen people who have transformed their entire life just by transforming what they're putting on their plate. You know, in LA, I used to go to the Veg Fest a lot, and it's amazing. You see people who, they did a whole 360. You know, they said, you know what? I'm no longer going to eat cheap. You know, it's amazing because I meet a lot of people. They say, hey, I don't want to spend any money on food, but I'm going to spend money on a Gucci bag. I don't want to spend any money on food, on healthy food. That acai is way too expensive. Those strawberries are way too expensive, but I'm going to buy some Louis Vuitton shoes, Louis Vuitton bag. And I say, okay, that's why your health is affected. Priorities are wrong. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. Deep divers, make sure you hit that like button. Hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. Reading every single super chat. Quantum Dynamic 8, you are most appreciated. Yay, you are live. Thank you. How do you know who you truly are? Few questions to ask to find out your real self. How to invoke in more balance. These are my questions. What a great question. We can really dive into that. Shout out to everyone who's here. Everybody who's diving deep right now. I'm gonna let's go to that question straight away. So, quantum dynamic, shout out to you. Yay, thank you. Let me give you a Don DeMarco. Quantum Dynamic 8. Yay, you are live. Thank you. How to know who you truly are. Few questions to ask to find out your real self. How to invoke in more balance. These are my questions. That's a great question. You know, first and foremost, we've got to remind ourselves that it's not easy to find out who you really are, because you see, many people are living through a persona. They're living through a fake character. They're living through a mask, an avatar. And the only way to really find out who you are is to strip away the layers of who they've told you you are. You know, one of the greatest ways to find out who you are is to separate yourself from the crowd. You know, this is tough because you see, a lot of people's value comes from their peers, comes from their parents, comes from their friends. And the people who really know themselves, the strongest people are the people who have spent enough time alone to find out who they really are. Ralph Smart is only one being, but he knows who he is. And that's the reason why he's inspiring millions of people. So you've got to remind yourself that the crowd is how to not find out who you really are. Spending time alone is how to find out who you really are. And that is not easy in today's world because you've got your phone on all the time. You know, when I was coming up, I would spend time in the forest, meditate, go into the wilderness. All the great masters, Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, all of these people, they spent time alone. And this is how they became great masters. So you got to remind yourself that spend time alone every single week. Turn off the phone. And this is how you're going to become super powerful. You know, some people, they need a whole team just to do something. If you know who you are, you can stand on your own 2 feet, 10 toes down. And this is how you become super powerful. You know, someone asked me, they're like, Ralph, you must have like 50 people working for you. And I said, no, I just learned how to do it myself. And when you remind yourself, it's all about trusting yourself, having the confidence, being able to speak your truth. This is how you raise your vibrational frequency. You know, a lot of people, when you realize you're a spiritual being having a human experience, everything changes. That was a great question. Shout out to you. Shout out to everyone who's here. Let me shout out to the wonderful Mecca Ann. You are appreciated. Sheba Dog shaking his hips saying thank you. Hey, Mecca Ann, you are most definitely appreciated. Shout out to you, Mecca Ann. One love to all of you wonderful deep divers. So, secrets of raising your vibrational frequency, mastering the matrix, and healing with Ralph Smart. So, like I was saying, with that, food is everything. You know, a lot of people are so quick to spend money on what doesn't bring them health. But when it comes to saying, hey, let's go and eat, their pockets become empty. You know, I've learned, and what's really helped me raise my frequency now, I don't mind spending $100, $200, 200 euros, 200 pounds on food. The reason why is because food is the greatest investment you can make when it comes to raising your vibrational frequency and vibration. You want to be spending more on food than you do on clothes. You want to be spending more on superfoods than you do on clothes. Spirulina, E3 Live, all of these things. This is going to give you the head start, right? Shout out to everyone who's here. Reading every single super chat deep divers. Hit that like button, share the video. Shout out to you, deep diver. You are definitely appreciated. Deep diver, are you able to recommend any ayahuasca retreats in Peru? If not, should I be concerned with being scammed? Shout out to you. You know, I know a lot of people who run retreats. In fact, I was invited to go to Costa Rica to hold a retreat there. I'll be there soon. But, you know, DM on Instagram at Infinite Waters, and I can give you some information there. Shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's diving deep. Everyone who's diving deep. So, secrets of your vibrational frequency. So, how has food changed your life, deep divers? Let's start with that. How has food changed your life? How has it raised your frequency? Shout out to everyone who's here. Everybody who's diving deep. Let me shout out to Mr. Chill in the house. You are appreciated. Mr. Chill, peace and prosperity, giving gratitude. You are most definitely appreciated. You are most definitely appreciated. So, secrets of raising your vibrational frequency. Mastering the matrix, healing, and healing with Ralph Smart. So we're still on secrets of raising your vibrational frequency. So we're really talking about food. And we're really talking about foods with live enzymes. That's the key. You know, we don't just want to eat foods. We want to eat foods in the most natural state. A lot of people say, Ralph, you look like 15 years old. I look younger now than I did 10 years ago. And it's because, like I told you, I'm investing more in superfoods than on clothes. Let's move on, deep divers. Shout out to everyone who's here. Secrets of raising your vibrational frequency. You know, the ancient Greeks had a practice called hydromancy. Hydromancy, hydro meaning water, mantia meaning divination, water divination. You can actually heal yourself and raise your vibrational frequency just by staring at the ocean. Have you noticed, deep divers, that whenever you're by the ocean, you feel fantastic? I met someone at the ocean and they said they had to come here because it helped them heal their disease. And the ocean can heal you. It can raise your whole frequency. And every single day when you go out there by the ocean, you are naturally raising your vibrational state, frequency, and aura. The ocean is the key. That's why I'm Infinite Waters. And if you are lucky enough to live by the ocean, you have the gift of raising your vibrational frequency every single day, because the ocean multiplies it by 1 million. A lot of people don't realize the healing benefits of salt water. Salt water is key. Remind yourself the amniotic fluid, we all came from the water, and salt water actually neutralizes the body. Staring at the ocean raises your frequency immediately. And that's why I always tell you, deep divers, if you have a chance, go to the ocean. If you have a chance, dive into the ocean. Go head first. Secrets of raising your vibrational frequency. Now, we're living in a time right now, deep divers, where a lot of people, like I said, are dealing with a lot of trauma. A lot of people right now have a lot of heavy energy. And it's because of what's happened over the last few years. A lot of people have been going through a whole lot. You got to work on yourself to raise your vibrational frequency. You got to work harder on yourself than you do on your business. Slow motion this side. You really got to work on yourself, because you see, women think they don't have to take accountability. Men think they don't have to take accountability. Human beings think it's not my fault. I'm perfect. And this is how you stay at a low vibration. The hardest thing to do is to say, you know what? I messed up. I'm sorry. Very hard to do. Takes a lot of humility. But the people that are able to do that, recognize their shortcomings, are the ones who raise their vibrational frequency. You know, a lot of people are afraid to put their hand up. They're afraid to say, you know what? Actually, I'm not perfect. Actually, I could do better. Actually, I've got a lot of skeletons in my closet. Actually, I've got a lot to work on. If you can be honest and say, you know what? Sometimes I can be a pain. Sometimes my anger gets the best of me. Sometimes my ego takes over. This is how to raise your frequency. If you can recognize that you need to work on yourself. Shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. We're raising the frequency. Make sure you hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. And like I said, reading every single super chat. Shout out to everyone who's here. Everybody who's diving deep. So one of the things that's been happening, deep divers, is that, like I said, a lot of people think they don't have to work on themselves. And every video I make is actually a study guide for myself as well. You know, there's a reason why I make videos. There's a reason why I'm inspiring people. There's a reason why I'm diving deep, because I'm also raising my vibration in the process. I'm also learning in the process. And what I mean by that is, I chose a work that forces me to raise my vibration. Let me repeat that. I chose a work that forces me to raise my vibration. The act of me doing what I'm doing every single day raises my vibrational frequency. So if you are going to a job and you don't want to be there, you're lowering your vibrational frequency. Anytime you're somewhere you don't want to be, you're lowering your vibrational frequency. And that's the reason why people who start doing what they love become healthy. People who start doing something even though they hate it become very unhealthy. And actually, their frequency drops. You might get the money, but you lose your soul in the process. You lose your peace of mind. And that's the reason why right now, in this day and age we're living in, it's a great time to be alive. Great energy. When you start doing more of what makes you happy, when you start really living the life you know you are called to live, your frequency increases. If I wasn't doing what I love, deep divers, I wouldn't be here now. You got to love what you do. And you've got to stop thinking you can't live the life you've always come here to live. It can happen for you. Shout out to everyone who's here. Ralph, your video saved my life back in 2016. I'm so happy for that. I'm so happy to hear that. Secrets of raising your vibrational frequency, mastering the matrix, and healing with Ralph Smart. Shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. So one of the things is that we're in a time right now where what's happening on the planet is that the tables have kind of turned, where I told you about the quickening. I told you how things are really accelerating on the planet. And I came up in a time where people had enough time to find themselves. You know, 2012, 2011, when we talk of creating, it was very natural. Let me shout out to the wonderful, magnificent Selena Marto. You are appreciated. Thank you, Selena. You are most definitely appreciated. The wonderful Selena Marto. Our remarkable talents are coming to light. We are using our words wisely to cleanse and purify our aura and the field of the collective. Everything is in existence now. Let me just say, Selena, you know, you're always coming in with these wonderful messages. And, you know, it's just perfect every single time.
Perfect. Perfect.
Thank you so much, Selena. Our remarkable talents are coming to light. Absolutely. We are using our words wisely to cleanse and purify our aura and the field of the collective. Everything is in existence now. You know, there are levels to this. And we've got to remind ourselves, anytime we're around someone and it's crickets, that's because there's levels to this. We've got to remind ourselves not everyone is on the same level. And when you realize how vibration works, you realize everything. You realize, like Nikola Tesla said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. We've got to remind ourselves that it's easy to live in a low vibration. It's the easiest thing. You don't have to try hard. You're already there. You're born into a low frequency. Let me repeat that. You're born into a low frequency, meaning the matrix, the environment in society is low vibrational. Fear is low vibrational. All of the stress you go through, the ego, all of that, low vibrational. To climb higher is a lot harder. The reason why is because you're going to have to go where no man or woman has gone before. You're going to have to say, you know what? I got to do the work. You know what? I've got to really go within myself. And that's the reason why secrets of raising your vibrational frequency is all about you realizing you've got to spend time to get to know yourself. You got to spend time to get to know yourself. You know, a lot of people don't do this till they're about 30 or 40, in their 30s or 40s. Well, by then, you know, a lot of things have changed. You got other responsibilities, kids to feed, all kind of things. You want to start right now, whatever age you are, you want to start right now. You don't want to wait till you're 50. You don't want to wait till you're 60. You want to start right now. I always say this, deep divers, that, you know, we're in an age right now, like I said, oh, what would you do for a Klondike bar? You know, a lot of people are willing to do anything for 15 seconds of fame. And like I say, anytime you're doing something just for attention, you lower your frequency. Anytime you're doing something just for attention, you lower your frequency. And that's the reason why a lot of people, like with TikTok and all of these apps, are you really sharing that because you want to share it, or are you sharing it because you want other people to click on it? Are you sharing it because you want to be viral? And this is why a lot of people in today's day and age are not happy, because they're doing things for the eye seeing of men. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Right? And that's the reason why when we talk of secrets to raising your vibrational frequency, you really want to learn. First and foremost, it's not just about getting eyeballs on you. Have a message to back it up. Have a message to say something. You know, I see so many people, and it's sad because I just want you to join me in abundance. But I say, okay, it's not going to work out, because I see so many people. I see so many people who do things, but I say that's not the real you. And I know it's not the real you because I meet these people and they're a whole nother character. So they show the world one side, but that's not even who they really are. Paris Marie, you're most definitely appreciated. Shout out to you. You never left a message, but you're most definitely appreciated. Deep divers, hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. So I see a lot of people who they will share stuff, even, for example, on social media. But what they're showing the world is not who they really are. They don't show the world their vulnerability. And this is how you actually raise your vibrational frequency, is by being vulnerable. Being vulnerable means you have to take off the mask. Being vulnerable means you have to go against the grain. Being vulnerable means you're not here just to please people. Let me repeat that. You're not here just to please people. And this is the reason why Ralph Smart is still here, because I can't be controlled. I can't be bought. I can't be owned. Right? I'm a renegade. I'm not here to please anybody. I'm here to give you that message of truth. Right? And that's the reason why I can say whatever I want. Because I'm not into people pleasing. I'm not here just to give you a nice message every single day. I'm here to give you a truthful message. And that's what vulnerability is all about. It's all about saying, you know what, this is how I really feel. It's not about sugarcoating it. It's not about showing the world how perfect your life is on Instagram, but that's not even the life you're actually living. So when we can realize the secrets of raising your vibrational frequency is to be raw and vulnerable. You know, a lot of people won't dare to do a live stream. You know, a lot of people in my position won't dare to do a live stream. The reason why is because live streams expose you. Right? They expose you because now you're in live time. People can see what you're really like. A lot of people got to edit the videos, got to do this, do 1,000 takes. I only do it in one take because I want you to see me in the real. And this is the secrets of raising your vibrational frequency. A lot of people have a lot of suppressed emotions because they're still trying to be perfect. They're trying to show the world how perfect they really are, even though they know that's not who they really are. They're trying to never, ever make a mistake and be flawless and be this. And that's the reason why a lot of these people can't show you who they really are. They're hurting inside. There are so many people like this right now on the planet. And that's why I told you, when we talk of the secrets of raising your vibrational frequency, it's all about being vulnerable. Shout out to everyone who's here. So, you know, I've been to Hawaii many times, deep divers. And anytime you're around a waterfall, it's a great place to be. You know, a lot of people right now are really investing in nature trips, going on holiday, going around the world to nature reserves, nature spots. You know, one of the best ways to raise your vibrational frequency. When I went to Manoa Falls for the first time, that's actually where they filmed Jurassic Park. I went to Manoa Falls and I was blown away. I'm like, gosh, this place is amazing. And immediately my vibrational frequency just increased because I was absorbing all of the energy around me. You see, our environments actually shape our energy. Our environments actually shape our energy. So when you remind yourself that we become like the environment we surround ourselves in every single day. Let me repeat that. We become like the environment we surround ourselves in every single day. Let me repeat that. We become like the environment we surround ourselves in every single day. And that's the reason why it's so important to say, you know what is the feng shui around me like? The feng shui meaning the water and the wind. What is that like? What is the feng shui around me like? Because that is key to raising your vibrational frequency. If your room is messy, if you're around a lot of pollution, people smoking in front of you, all of these things are actually affecting your aura, your energy. And that's why I always say, when you are becoming abundant, you want to go to Thailand. You want to go to South Africa. You want to go somewhere where there's a lot of nature. And you want to remind yourself that it's a worthwhile investment. I've traveled all around the world, some of the most amazing places, deep divers. And it's because I realized that this is going to raise my vibrational frequency. And that's exactly what it did. Shout out to everyone who's here, everybody who's diving deep. I appreciate all of you. And like I say, I'm reading every single super chat, displaying it on the screen. Hit that like button, deep diver, share the video. And it's so good just to feel so good to be alive, deep divers. Let me shout out to Dimensional Veil. You are most definitely appreciated. Shout out to you. When the vibrations are raised high and we unsuppress the floor, the frequencies will lead us to the almighty journey where we can be real and authentically raw. Let's go 80s. Let me repeat that. Let me shout out to everyone who's here, by the way. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here. Shout out to you. Right. So when the vibrations are raised high and we unsuppress the floor, the frequencies will lead us to the almighty journey where we can be real and authentically raw. Let's go 80s. Hey, Dimensional Veil, you are most definitely appreciated. And you know how I always raise the frequency, deep divers, is through that music. Let's go 80s. Let's raise the frequency. Once again, hit that like button, share the video. We just started the show, reading every single super chat. Leave a comment and we can talk about it. Got a question? We can talk about it. Let's go.
You are now in the mix.
I'm so happy. The whole world is just beginning. We already won. It's about us all. So many beautiful deep divers here. It's a choice. One love to all of you deep divers. We're live. Secrets of raising your vibrational frequency. This one's for you, Dimensional Veil in the house. Shout out to you. Yeah, I'm so happy to manifest whatever you want, to be whatever you want. It's a choice. Freedom is a must. We have to become the spoon. Dimensional Veil, that was for you. Like I say, I appreciate everybody who's giving thanks. I hope you enjoyed that, Dimensional Veil. Let me shout out to Jocelyn Vallon. You're most definitely appreciated. We are now transforming energy within us that was anchoring us down. We are becoming the same vibration as our manifestation. One love. Wait a minute. Slow motion this side. And Absolutely. That was powerful right there. That was powerful right there. We are now transforming energy within us that was anchoring us down. We are becoming the same vibration as our manifestation. One love. That was powerful right there. Secrets of raising your vibrational frequency. You know, what I've been seeing happen on the planet is that a lot of people are realizing right now we've got to start embodying the energy we wish to attract in the world. That's what we've got to do. You know, I'm always diving deep, but as you've noticed, every one of my videos, I'm always giving you a solution. Every one of my videos, I'm always giving you a way out. Every one of my videos, there's always going to be a secret in how to become your greatest version. From financial, spiritual, food, relationships, I'm giving you the blueprint. And no matter what's happening out there, it's not going to affect what's going on in here. It's so easy to feel like a victim. It's so easy to talk about the doom and gloom. It's a lot harder to create life. And this is what it means to really raise the vibration. Right? This is what it really means. We're creating out of thin air. I'm creating out of thin air. And this is how you really become the wizard. When you are creating out of thin air. Give you an example. The media give you what to talk about. They give you things to talk about. They can make a story about someone and now everyone talks about it. Let me shout out to you. You are appreciated. The media gives you a story to talk about every single day. TMZ give you something to talk about. So people talk about it. But a lot of people don't talk about their own life. They don't talk about that because they feel it's not important. You think other people's lives, those celebrities, what's happening with them is more important than your own life. And this is how you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and deceived. Because the most important thing in this life is your journey. But a lot of people say, you know what? That's not important. Right? So many people lower their frequency because they're always looking outside of themselves. They lower their frequency because they think what's happening over there is what really matters. When in essence, what's going on in here is what matters the most. Paris 111, you are appreciated. Thank you, Paris. You are definitely appreciated. So I say this, deep divers, you know, when I close my eyes, I see more clearly. When I close my eyes, I raise my vibration. And it's an art, a daily practice of actually seeing more without opening your eyes. And it's powerful. When I actually realized what 8 weeks of meditation does to the brain, I did the experiment myself, right? What 8 weeks of meditation does to the brain. The hippocampus, right, increases. The hippocampus deals with emotional learning. That's the reason why people who meditate often have a higher EQ, emotional intelligence. They're calmer. And this was back in the day. I said, let me meditate for 8 weeks and see what happens. And then I saw what happened. I saw my whole frequency increase. I saw my whole vibration increase. I saw my blood pressure drop. I saw my health improve. And it's amazing. Dr. Sarah Laza has done extensive work on this. 8 weeks of meditation, Dr. Sarah Laza of the Harvard Medical School, right? She breaks it down. 8 weeks of meditation. She did the whole study. She took people 8 weeks before meditation, 8 weeks after. And the results were shocking. They were all feeling better. Their health improved. Amazing. And this is how we really start raising our vibrational frequency. Shout out to everyone who's here, Deep Divers, reading every single comment. Every single comment. Let me shout out to the wonderful Greatness 121. You're definitely appreciated. Greatness 121. Thank you for your videos, Ralph. I am a living miracle. I am abundance. I want to feel alive like Ralph Smart. I appreciate you. Thank you for going live. How do I master the matrix? Oh, I like that, because that was the second part of this whole topic, right? So I said secrets of raising your vibrational frequency, mastering the matrix, and healing with Ralph Smart. So we can go on to the second segment, which is mastering the matrix, and we've got to remind ourselves that this whole theme of the matrix from that movie 1999 has really seeped into the culture of humanity, right? The matrix, right? Some people say the matrix are out to get us, but you've got to remind yourself that matrix actually means womb. A matrix is a system. A matrix is not a bad thing. You can have a good matrix. You can have a matrix that actually helps you. All a matrix is a system. The reason why people say the matrix is no good is because the system right now, that matrix is enslaving people. But it can only enslave you with your consent. You see, as you dive deeper, you realize that we created the matrix. We create everything. There's no abstract matrix. We created this matrix. You are the matrix, right? So it's not about saying, oh, the matrix. You are the matrix. The matrix is nothing more than your disowned aspects, your disowned shadows. That's all the matrix is. So the Matrix is not Agent Smith. The whole story of the Matrix, which is actually a documentary, right, is that Agent Smith was actually Neo. A lot of people don't know this. What do I mean by that? See, a lot of people think Agent Smith is outside of themselves. Don't you realize you're Agent Smith? What do I mean by this, Deep Divers? Hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. Mastering the Matrix. How do I master the Matrix? You got to realize that concept, that you are the Matrix. What do I mean by that? You see, a lot of people are fighting a system, not realizing collectively we have created this entire system. Through our consent, through our willing participation, we have given birth to this system. When you remind yourself of this, you realize, oh, things are a little bit tricky. Because you see, we're all responsible for this. We're all responsible for the world we're living in. We created it. Each and every human being collectively created this current world. And that's the reason why when we talk of mastering the matrix, you must realize that you have your best friend and your enemy inside of you. You must realize that your ignorance is what has given birth to a horrible world, and your wisdom can give birth to a beautiful world. So when we talk of mastering the matrix, it's all about learning to master the energies inside of yourself, to realize that you've got two energies inside of yourself, and you have to strive for balance. The matrix is your shadow. Let me repeat that. The matrix is your shadow. Let me repeat that. The matrix is your shadow. Therefore, to master the matrix, you must do the shadow work. If you've been around someone who's acted kind of funny, strange, unruly, bad attitude, that's because they're being controlled by the matrix, their lower nature, their shadow side. They haven't learned to do the shadow work. And that's the reason why those who are able to master the matrix, they do the shadow work. They realize that there's an angel and there's a demon inside of them. We got to create peace somehow, some way. Because if you don't, the matrix will destroy you. Let me keep it simple, deep divers. How to master the matrix is all about becoming an architect of your own reality. It's all about realizing there is another way. There is another way. You see, a lot of people were told, go and study, get a job, get married, retire, and then die. You know, a lot of people, like they say, most people die at 25 and don't get buried until 75. That's what the matrix is. Let me repeat that. Most people die at 25 and don't get buried until 75. That's what the matrix is. And therefore, to master the matrix, you must refuse to be another cog in the machine. You must refuse to be another brick in the wall. You have to find another way. And those who have mastered the matrix have learned how to find another way. People who have mastered the matrix have learned how to find another way out. And they've done this by not doing what everyone else is doing. This is how you begin to master the matrix. The matrix, like the great Terence McKenna said, culture is not your friend. And the great Terence McKenna, who said that, you know, you got to love Terence McKenna. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. Studio H, you are most definitely appreciated. The wonderful Studio H, thank you so much. Thank you, Ralph, for letting us merge into your high frequency through the live stream. You give us so much air to breathe. Wait a minute. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. You give us so much air to breathe and to create our lives. That's what I'm here to do. Always, you know, and I'm just so grateful to be here, deep divers. So fortunate and blessed. So many wonderful deep divers who are here. Hit that like button, deep divers. Share the video. So Rob Lapine, you are appreciated. Send some more of that good ass prana, Ralph Smart, the inorganic ones. Have me all tied up. I'm looking for a breakthrough. Let me send you some good energy right now, Rob. Take that, take that, take that good ass energy, right? So mastering the matrix, you got to remind yourself that the matrix is your shadow. We've all got things that we have to work on, especially our shadows, that which we don't want the world to see, that which overpowers us. You know, I always say anything which is controlling you is the matrix. Anything which has such a powerful influence over you, where you don't have power over it, is the matrix. We've got to remind ourselves that right now, we got to be free. There's a reason why I'm in the heart of nature every single day, because I'm mastering the matrix. I'm realizing the great mother is that's the place to be. I'm realizing that's really what can get me back into balance, you know. So mastering the matrix is tough. The reason why is because a lot of people become comfortable. And I always tell you, anytime you're comfortable, you fall asleep in the prison, which is the matrix. You have to be very uncomfortable. You have to go to bed saying, you know what? I don't want to live this life anymore. That's the reason why those who actually master the matrix are those who go through great transformations. They go through a breakdown, and your breakdown is needed for the breakthrough. Those who really master the matrix learn to see the world in a whole new way. They learn to forget about who they used to be to become who they actually are. They're not afraid anymore. This is how you master the matrix. You got to lose fear. A lot of people are afraid. If you know a lot of people, what happens? They actually start to control you. How do other people control you? How do other people control you? Other people control you because they tell you what you can and can't do. They are now the agents of the matrix. When we talk of mastering the matrix, you must lose the approval of other people. You must ruin your reputation. Shout out to Rumi, right? Rumi, the great poet and writer, said, ruin your reputation. Be notorious. Ruin your reputation. Oh my gosh. I can't believe she's doing that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe he's doing that. That's how you master the matrix. You ruin your reputation. I thought she was such a nice woman, nice man. Ruin your reputation. And this is how you do it. When I was talking and diving deep, I said, oh my gosh, what are people going to think? But I had the cat down the road saying, Ralph, go for it. Be fearless. And I mastered the matrix. I said, okay, fear is the only thing holding me back. Let me shout out to the wonderful. Inner knowing, you are appreciated. Deep divers, hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. The wonderful inner knowing, you're most definitely appreciated. Shout out to you. Remembering when someone is reacting on emotion we are not dealing with is the infinite being. We are dealing with an emotion, always staying authentic and true to who we are. You are most definitely appreciated. I like that. Remembering when someone is reacting on emotion, we are not dealing with the infinite being. We are dealing with an emotion, always staying authentic and true to who we are. Thank you so much for that. mastering the matrix, deep divers, one of the things is that many people get caught into labels. They get caught into boxes. And a lot of people, sometimes they say, oh my gosh, you're the spiritual YouTuber, or your videos have transformed my life, and thank you so much. I say thank you so much. But there's another side to Ralph Smart, right? I'm also skating. I'm also playing the guitar. I'm also doing a lot of things, meeting wonderful people. So there's so many sides to us. So when we talk of ruining your reputation, you don't want to always be caught up in other people's perceptions of you. You want to be able to break free of that. And this is how you actually begin to master the matrix. When you can let go of other people's expectations, other people's demands, other people's wants, when you can really be free, you are now in the process of mastering the matrix. The matrix is other people's opinions. The matrix is other people's projections. The matrix is other people's desires for you to be what they want you to be. Your parents want you to be something. Your friends want you to be something else. Your teachers want you to be something else. Your boss wants you to be something else. So it's no wonder why people have a hard time finding out who they are. Because people are always trying to please other people, live up to other people's expectations. And that's the reason why people get caught in the matrix. And that's the reason why we must ruin our reputation. We must let go of other people's expectations. We must be willing to stop living for the crowd and start living for ourselves. Shout out to everyone who's here. Kathy Johnson, you are most definitely appreciated. Let me shout out to Kathy Johnson. Let me shout out to Willie 100. Ralph, my respect to you. Can you see a lockdown again because of the election? And do you know about Nasara? I always say, not on my watch, But a lot is planned for people in the matrix. Kathy Johnson, you are most definitely appreciated. Thank you, Ralph. For revealing the secrets to freeing ourselves. Now you're not going to be able to shut me up. You are most definitely appreciated. And this is one of the hardest things for a lot of people to do, to really be free of what other people want them to be. Like I say, would you still be doing that if nobody was watching? Who are you when nobody is watching? Who are you when nobody is there? That's the real you. And this is how you master the matrix. You got to go back to who you are when nobody's watching. You got to be that being. And that's what I've been able to do, because I'm not playing a character. I'm being who I am unapologetically, being free to explore. And it's about breaking systems, breaking programs, ruining reputations, destroying structure. The great Krishnamurti talked about this. He said, let go of fixed ways of thinking and feeling. A lot of people say, I'm fine. They don't even know why they say I'm fine. They just say it. And that's the matrix. Valentina, you are most definitely appreciated. Put the comment in the chat, Valentina. I'm going to read your comment. Put it in the chat, Valentina. I can hear you. I can see you. A lot of people say, I'm fine. And some people say that without even thinking. They just do it as an automatic response. And you have to remind yourself that, what if you're not fine? Do you have the confidence to say, I'm not fine? The reason why people don't want to say I'm not fine is because people are still holding on to a fake persona, which keeps them trapped in the matrix. And mastering the matrix is about learning to let go of the pressure that you put on yourself every single day to be this perfect person. It's okay to not be okay. And it's okay to not be fine. In fact, I'll be surprised if you are fine. Because a lot of people are definitely not fine. Like the great Krishnamurti said, it's no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. Nobody is fine in this world. Everybody has a mental disorder. Everybody has trauma, big trauma. And those who have done the work and doing the work realize that it's work. Just imagine what's going to happen to the people who haven't even started. So as humanity goes around the merry-go-round, you can say, you know what, I got to work on myself. I got to find out. Valentina, I've done it. You missed it though. I was wondering what to do with my neurotic thoughts and feeling unsafe. I try with the resistance. You know, if you're having neurotic thoughts, you got to remind yourself that you've been made to feel neurotic every single day. You know, a lot of people's lifestyles are neurotic. What a lot of people are doing makes them neurotic. And that's the reason why you have to slow down. You have to slow down before you get slowed down. Shout out to everyone who's here. Everyone who's diving deep, deep divers. You know, secrets of raising your vibrational frequency, mastering the matrix, and healing with Ralph Smart. So I never wanted to be kept in a box. Some people, what they do is that they only show you the highlights of their life. They only show you something great happening. They never show you an average day. They don't show you what it's normally like, right? They only show you the highlights of their life. And this is the reason why a lot of people have depression and anxiety, because they're showing you an illusion. And if you can learn to show people the mundane, beautiful part of yourself, you're now freeing yourself. And that's why I do these live streams, right? Because I show you this very natural state, me just sharing with you in live time. And that's why I only do videos in one take, because I realize that you don't want to keep editing your life. You don't want to try and make everything seem perfect. This is the reason why a lot of people have neurosis, anxiety, depression, because you're trying to edit every part of your life out to make it seem like you're perfect, but you know you're not. So you can be human, right? You can be human, and that means you don't have to be perfect. Oh, you can breathe. We can breathe. Right? And you're going to find a whole weight lift off your shoulders. And everything is going to become so simple and pure. And that's why I'm so comfortable doing what I'm doing, because it's coming from a very authentic place. And authenticity is the key to being free. Shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. Everybody who's diving deep. Secrets of raising your vibrational frequency, mastering the matrix, and healing with Ralph Smart. A lot of things are on the news right now. And there's always a lot of things on the news. But if you've noticed, 95% of the news is designed to keep you in a low frequency and a low vibration. What is the news you're reading and consuming doing to your vibrational frequency? What is the news that you're consuming doing to your vibrational frequency? And that's the reason why a detox can do wonders. A detox from the mainstream media can do wonders. A lot of people who've done that already feel better, healthier. Many people wake up with trauma because they've been reading trauma the whole day, watching trauma. And now that's becoming a part of you. And that's the reason why if you're always consuming bad news or bad media, you need to stop. One of the greatest things I did was throw away my TV. I don't have a TV. I don't even have a smart television. And it really raised my whole frequency. Because a lot of what you see on those channels are programs. The TV isn't a bad thing. It's just an instrument. But a lot of the programs aren't designed to contribute to your mental health in a positive way. They're designed to keep you on a roller coaster. And that's the reason why being selective with what you're consuming is one of the greatest ways to raise your vibrational frequency and master the matrix. Become a master. We got a detox. One of the things I found out is that there's a lot of fake news. Absolutely. One of the things I found out is that, like I say, so many people right now, when we talk of information, like I say, it's not just about being informed. It's about how this is making you feel, how this is raising your frequency. How this is raising your frequency. When you listen to information, ask yourself, what is this doing to my frequency? That's the reason why you could listen to a song and it could be more beneficial than reading a whole encyclopedia. Because the song is a higher frequency and a higher vibration. And so many people think, oh, I got to get that information. But the information is draining your energy. You're losing. Doesn't matter if it's truth-based media, right? If the information is not lifting your soul higher, it's a distraction. So people who share information about awakening have to do better. Because they have to not only put out information, they have to put out healing. Otherwise, they're actually hurting more people and they're helping. Catherine, you are most definitely appreciated. Shout out to you. Deep divers, hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. Right? Catherine Montalvan, waking up feels like shedding, like I'm dying. The old paradigms, it makes me feel nausea, physically illness. How do we get through this process? Ooh, goes on to the third segment. You know, deep dives, you just keep doing it on the right time, right? Moving me into the segment. So we spoke about secrets of vibration. Then we spoke about mastering the matrix. And we're talking about healing with Ralph Smart. Waking up feels like shedding, like I'm dying. The old paradigms, it makes me feel nausea, physical illness. How do we get through this process? Great question. You've got to remind yourself that we're all going through a massive metamorphosis. And there's something called birth pains. And waking up is like a birthing pain, because you are being birthed into something totally new. People aren't going to recognize you. They're not going to recognize your energy. A lot of people, they go up the mountain, they come back, they're not the same anymore. That's what's happening to you. The nausea is coming from it being overwhelming for you. It's a hard pill to swallow when you realize, now that you've woken up, you've got a responsibility. A lot of people don't want to deal with that. It's a hard pill to swallow because it means you're no longer a victim. That's why a lot of people feel the nausea. You realize how much power you really have. You can't blame people like you used to. The reason why is because you now see that you can change your reality. No one's holding you back. That can make anyone feel nausea, because at first you don't want to realize that. You don't want to realize that reality, that the power has been with you all along. Marianne Williamson said, our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. When you realize that, you're going to feel nausea. You're going to feel, oh my gosh, it feels like I'm dying, because you're now letting go of these old paradigms. You're being birthed into something new. And you can no longer pretend to not know. You can no longer pretend to dumb down. When you're with your friends, you might know more than them. And you're like, gosh, I've got to hold it inside. Gosh, this reality is so much to bear. This is why people feel the nausea, because you're now realizing you're becoming an immortal. You're becoming an immortal. You're becoming super powerful. And that's why you got to be realizing it's a process. You got to learn how to crawl before you can walk. You got to learn how to crawl before you can walk. So that waking up process is going from crawling to walking. And it's okay to feel the nausea. Healing with Ralph Smart. You know, one of the greatest ways, I'll tell you this, deep divers, is that I made a video, How to Heal Yourself. It's actually in the best-selling book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart. #1 best-selling book on Amazon. Go and get it, right? So How to Heal Yourself. And one of the things I talked about is something called epigenetics. And epigenetics is fascinating because with epigenetics, you realize that your biology is no longer deterministic. In other words, the Newtonian physics was that man is a machine, things are very mechanical. The new wave of epigenetics, healing the whole body and mind, is that we can change our DNA through our environment. That's what epigenetics is all about. And Dr. Bruce Lipton, I interviewed him back in the day. We talked about that, right? Epigenetics. And this is really one of the greatest ways to heal yourself, learning the power of epigenetics, meaning that your mind state influences your DNA. Your environment influences your DNA. Everything around you, your attitude influences your DNA and your healing. The sound frequencies that you're listening to influence your DNA. If you're holding hatred in your heart, it's going to affect you psychosomatically. So epigenetics is huge. Jocelyn Valonia, most definitely appreciated. Shout out to you. We are all healing on this amazing journey. We are connected through crystals, opening our third eye. Hey, you are appreciated. I love you. And Agenda, I love you too. Shout out to everyone who's here. Jocelyn Valon. Absolutely. We are all healing on this amazing journey. We are all connected through crystals, opening our third eye. And that's why, Jocelyn, as you can see, I got the turquoise crystal here. People say, this is such a powerful gem, right? Powerful crystal. Turquoise, my favorite, right? Ancient Egyptians always used to rock this. This is the bling that you need, deep divers. I kick you out. Absolutely. Opening our third eye all day, every day. One of the things is that with healing, one of the greatest things that helped me to heal was letting go of heavy energy. That grudge you've been holding on to, let it go. If you really want to heal yourself, you've got to take a look at what you're holding on to. You've got to take a look at what you're holding on to. If you're holding on to hatred, if you're holding on to a bad diet, if you're holding on to limiting beliefs, if you're holding on to doing things, that routine that's killing you, you got to stop. Get the right help you need. Healing begins with letting go, not holding on. Let me repeat that. Healing begins with letting go, not holding on. Let me repeat it one more time. Healing begins with letting go, not holding on. Most common time for a heart attack is Monday morning, because a lot of people have to go to work, right? Most common time of a heart attack, Monday morning. Stress shortens your telomeres, which is linked to aging. Stress is killing you. A lot of people don't realize they're ill because of the stress. We have the word stress, but people don't really know what stress is. Stress is not a word. Stress is a shortening of your telomeres. Stress is deoxygenation, a lack of oxygen. You can't breathe. Some people say, Ralph, I can't breathe every single day. That's actually literally happening. The air is being taken away from you. What do people say when they're living their best life, what do they say, deep divers? They say this. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. That's healing. BWAEM, you are appreciated. Thank you. That's healing, right? When we talk of healing, people can breathe. We can dance as well. People can breathe, right? People can breathe. Healing is a state of breathing deep from the base of your spine. You're in a state of health. A lot of people aren't breathing properly. They're breathing right here. You want to be breathing right here. That's how babies breathe. Babies breathe right from the abdomen, right? They breathe right from the base of the spine. A lot of people barely breathe. Right? So when you do alternative nostril breathing like this, you breathe for 4. Hold for 4. Release for 4. Already, you're moving into a state of health. Tai Chi, very powerful because you're breathing. A lot of people don't set aside time to breathe. And that's why they're in a poor state of health. Is it the Iceman? What's this guy's name? Right? He's always talking about that, right? Breathing. If you learn how to breathe, you can even be in cold weathers, like minus weathers, and be okay with no shirt on. It's got everything to do with mastering your breath. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. So healing is about breathing. Everything is about oxygen. When you have a lack of oxygen, you have a lack of health. Who's taking your breath away? Apart from me. And the one you love, right? Who's taking your breath away? Some people walk around and they become an innocent bystander. And it affects their health. In other words, that's okay. Wim Hof, right? Thank you. Wim Hof, right? Does the breathing exercises. Great guy showing people the power of breathing. Wim Hof, right? So, but a lot of people walk around these cities and their health deteriorates because they become innocent bystanders. Someone is smoking in front of you. Do you know that millions of people die from passive smoking every single year? Innocent bystanders. So you've got to remind yourself, you've got to protect your energy. That's how to heal yourself. Because sometimes it's not even you. You walk around, people are smoking, doing this, doing that. You're inhaling their air, which is toxic. And that's the reason why you might be living a healthy life. But the question is, are you surrounding yourself with people who are also doing the same? Because energy is contagious and the air is unbiased. It doesn't care who you are. Things are just going to float in the air. Cigarette fumes are going to float in the air. You might be healthy, taking care of yourself, but if you are around toxic, polluted air, it's going to affect you. You know, the chi is everything. You know, the prana is the air. And that's the reason why in Norway and in Switzerland, they have breathing spaces. You can actually pay to go to the very clean mountain tops where the air is very pure. They call it ecotherapy, right? Ecotherapy, people are doing that because a lot of the cities have become so polluted, so toxic, that people are now literally going to the mountains where the air is so pure. And this is how they're healing themselves. They're healing themselves because they're going to the mountain. They're going on high where there are no buildings, no car exhaust fumes. And this is how you move into a greater state of healing. You've got to protect your health. You got to protect your energy, and you have to distance yourself from the toxic vibes and energy. One of these, let me tell you this. Shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. Make sure you hit that like button, share the video, hit that like button, share the video. How you feeling today, deep divers? Oh, we're diving deep. We're having fun. Let me shout out to the wonderful Quantum Dynamic 8. You're most definitely appreciated. Great question. Hey again, how to find a life beyond our passion. I do inner work even while eating food. Could you please give me tips to become normal again, or come outside, or this is it? Ascension work has become inner dwelling state. Shout out to you. So how to find a life beyond passion. I do inner work even while eating food. Could you please give me tips to become normal again, or come outside, or this is it? Ascension work has become in a dwelling state. Well, shout out to you. Shout out to everyone who's here. You seem like you're ascensioned out. How to find a life beyond our passion? That's a great question. You know, sometimes people can be doing something. Even if they love it, it can become a burden. Because you always have to make it exciting for yourself, quantum dynamic. You know, for me, even though I was loving going into nature, I still am going into nature every single day. Sometimes I take a trip around the city. I go around like this. Just reminds me how fortunate I am to spend so much time in Gaia with a great mother. So sometimes if you're really about that life of healing and that spiritual life, you got to go back into the city. This is how you create the balance, right? Because it now gives you something to be thankful for. If you're always used to, even if you live by the ocean, right? You live by the ocean, eventually you're going to stagnate if you're always there. You got to go to the city. You got to go to the mountains. If you're always on the mountains, you got to go to the ocean. You got to mix and match. And this is the reason why you want to create the balance. This is the reason why you want to have your foot in both worlds. Because this now reminds you of being grateful. I told you, mastering the matrix is about realizing the angel and the demon lies inside of you. You can't be a saint in this reality without also being a demon. What I mean is that we are both energies. So we don't want to think that we're holier than thou. You're human, and that's okay to be human. You got a ratchet side. You got an unruly side, you know, and you got to embrace that as well. At the same time, you can be in the higher nature, but also don't throw away the lower nature. The lower nature in alchemical processes, the lower nature is there to fuel the higher nature. The lower nature is the raw energy that you need. Symbolic of the dragon. You never kill the lower nature. You use the lower nature to power up the higher nature. This is the reason why in folktale, they never kill the dragon. Because the dragon is symbolic of the lower nature. Right? In those medieval tales where you had the dragon, they never ever killed the dragon. Even in the Avatar, they had those seahorses, right? That was a representation of the lower nature. You need that to take you to where you want to be. So if you are someone who's just saying, hey, I just want to be singing Kumbaya under a tree, you need to get roughed up a bit. You need to go into the city, see how other people are living. Some people are struggling. This gives you time to be grateful for what you have. Inner knowing, shout out to you. You're most definitely appreciated. Shape-shifting energies in our bodies and showing so much gratitude for our health creates miracles. Woo! Shape-shifting energies in our bodies and showing so much gratitude for our health creates miracles. Absolutely. That's how I started, showing gratitude for your health, doing your salutations, sun gazing, all of these things. Yoga outside is phenomenal. Yoga outside is probably one of the greatest healing experiences. Probably one of the greatest healing experiences I've ever had. We've got to remind ourselves that the reason why yoga is so powerful is because yoga means union. Yoga is total mastery over the body. And that's the reason why when I started to do yoga, I was healing myself. But it's not just yoga, it's skating, it's walking, it's whatever rocks your boat, going to the gym. Anytime you're moving the body, you're getting physical. You're in a state of healing. A lot of people have forgotten about the body. And a great martial artist said, you got a lot of people lifting weights, right? But they can't even lift their own body. And you want to learn how to lift your own body. You want to have that kind of strength where you can do press-ups, push-ups. You want to have that mastery over your body. You will enter a better state of healing. Because a lot of people think, hey, I want to lift some weights. But they don't realize how heavy their body is. The asanas in yoga, you got some people with some serious strength, right? And that's why I say, see if you can carry your body weight. People do those, right? Pull-ups. See if you can do 5 of those. You're going to say, oh my gosh, I can't even do 5 of those, right? Because you now realize how heavy your body is. But if you continue to train on that, by the end of 90 days, you're going to be able to do 10, 20, 30, and you're going to have mastery over your body, which is the subconscious mind. So healing is all about mastery over the body, mastery over the mind, mastery over the soul. Is self-mastery. And like I say, once upon a time, in fact, in Tibet, they have these Shaolin monks. They have these Shaolin monks, right? These Shaolin monks are amazing. They can literally walk on fire, right? They can walk on fire. They can put needles through their stomachs and all of these things. People say, gosh, how come they have this superhuman powers? And the reason why the Shaolin monks in Tibet and other places can do these things is because they've spent time to work on themselves and find out how this body really works. David Blaine, the great magician and illusion master, he did these crazy stunts, right? You saw him, he was like in a box and he didn't eat for like 30 days. He was buried alive. He put a frog in his mouth and then regurgitated it back up, right? So what David Blaine was showing people was that this body is so powerful. He went to the extreme, but he's showing you what people could naturally do in the ancient times. People could really do real magic with their body. Flexibility. Some people can do all kind of things with their body, contortionists and all of these things. And this is part of healing. You don't realize that it's healing your internal organs. What you're drinking is essential as well. When we talk of healing, what you're eating is essential. If you're eating food with live enzymes, you're going to be in a better state of health. Acai bowls, You know, if you like acai deep divers, hit that like button right now. If you like acai, hit that like button right now. Right? It's not only acai. There's acerola. Acerola is so amazing. I've been to Brazil many times. The acerola berry, full of antioxidants. A lot of people don't know about acerola. One of the greatest superfoods for health and healing. And in Brazil, you find these fruits, right? Also, another powerful superfood, cacao. You know, cacao is super powerful. A lot of people like chocolate. If you like chocolate, hit that like button right now, deep divers. If you like chocolate, hit that like button right now. A lot of people don't realize that chocolate is one of the greatest superfoods. The reason why is because chocolate has a lot of magnesium and flavonoids, antioxidants. And there's a reason why they called it the food of the gods, right? The Aztecs called chocolate the food of the gods, Theo Brahma, right? So it's an excuse to eat some more chocolate, deep divers. Get the cacao, right? But also water. You know, when we talk of healing, really reminding yourself the kind of water that you're drinking. Tap water is not the best water. And the reason why tap water is not the best water is because tap water is not pure. That's all it is. It's just a purity thing. The reason why tap water is not pure is because tap water has to be, things have to be added to it. Fluoride is in the tap water. Other things are in the tap water. Not only that, where you live, before it reaches your tap, that water is traveling. It's going through pipes, which are full of bacteria. So by the time you drink it, you don't know, all of the sewage is used to make the tap water. It goes back into the system. So it's recycled water. And that's the reason why a lot of people don't feel so charged up when they drink tap water. And sea moss is great. Spring water is fantastic. Filtered water is good. Kangen water is great. Alkaline water is fantastic. You're drinking water on the 9.5, the 10, you're good to go. Alkaline water is fantastic. You're gonna notice the difference. When I found out about alkaline water, I would drink it and say, is there any difference? I noticed there's a difference. So if you go to a supermarket, look at the pH. Avian is 7, right? Avian is 7, 7.8, I think. And that's fine. But a lot of people have a very acidic diet. And that's the reason why you want to increase the alkaline through the water. And alkaline spring water, fantastic. And this is how you're going to see your health accelerate. Oh, we're diving deep, deep divers. Hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. But when we talk of healing, what a lot of people don't mention is love. And I always say, this is probably one of the greatest ingredients to healing, is being in a state of love. A lot of people love selectively. They don't actually love at all. They love when it suits them. Right? And what I mean by this is that a lot of people will love you only if you do what they want. Only if you do what they want. But if you don't, they don't love you anymore. So it's not a real love. People love selectively and conditionally. And most people don't love anything but their own egos. People who are in a true state of love develop greater healing. People in the twin flame relationship develop a great healing. And that's why it's so important to be in a state of union with someone or something, and you'll see your health start to improve and your healing enter your life in the most powerful way. Oh, we're diving deep, deep divers. I just had to give you this information. Powerful, powerful show. A lot of people right now, like I say, when we talk of secrets of raising your vibrational frequency, mastering the matrix, and healing, it's about realizing there's a lot to heal. And healing is not a straightforward process of going up. It's like this. It's like a wave. Because you can eat healthy for one day, but then the next day you don't eat healthy. You can exercise the whole week, but then the next week you don't exercise. So healing is something which is dynamic. You got to do it every day. You got to be in a state of healing every single day. You can't say I'm healthy. Health is a state in the present moment. You could have been healthy 5 years ago, but now look at you. You're in a terrible state. So that's the reason why health is not something which you can have. You got to work at it. You got to do it every day. Raising your vibration is not something that you can just say, I've rose my vibration. I've risen my vibration. You got to be in that state every single day. Mastering the matrix is not something to say, hey, I've just mastered the matrix. You got to stay sharp, be on your P's and Q's and stay wide awake. You know, how are you feeling today, deep divers? Right? So like I said, deep divers, I just had to share this information with you. You know, much love to everyone who's here. You know, I'm keeping these live streams concise and straight to the point. You know, it's powerful, powerful show. Powerful show. You know, I just want to say, deep diver, shout out to everyone who's here. Everybody who's been diving deep. And like I say, right now it's all about raising the frequency. Let me take a short break, raise the frequency. Hit that like button, deep divers, hit that super chat, hit that like button, hit that super chat. And let's raise the frequency. Let me shout out to everybody who's here. Jim McLean, let me shout out to you. I thank you so much. Let me say a thank you to you. Most definitely. JM Clean, sent with love. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And this is for you. You know, I just want to let's raise the frequency.
Qui coule calme
Like I say, just to raise the frequency, deep divers. Michael Williams, I keep seeing the simple Om and the flower of life are good symbols to keep seeing. Shout out to you. Well, that's what it's about. You know, like I say, sacred geometry built this universe. Like I say, deep divers, it's all about raising the frequency right now, mastering the matrix, healing. That's what it's all about. You know, so many people right now are really waking up to realize that that's what it's all about right now. You know, it's all about that. You know, we got a choice. Like I always say, we got to be very careful with the kind of energy we're putting out there, the kind of energy we're eating. And this is the reason why I'm always conscious to put out energy, which is digestible. You can eat it. Like a whole bowl of acai, deep divers. It's healthy, right? It's healthy energy. It's good energy. That's what it's always about. That's all we're here to do. Because if we don't, it's going to bite us in the ass down the line. You know, we got to remind ourselves, even people right now who are diving deep, because a lot of people are diving deep. It's not just about the information. It's about, how is this raising my vibration? That's the secret. How is this raising my vibration? Even if you're reading a book, doesn't matter what you're reading, how is this raising my vibrational frequency? Because if it's not, it's a distraction. And that's why I told you, right now, this is the awakening that's happening. And everyone has to step up their game. Because people are ready for the next level. People are ready for healing. They're ready to feel better. And that's why people are turning away from the mainstream media, from all of the fear-based media. The reason why is because they know that the frequency is dropping. They know that it's not healthy. And that's the reason why greatest way to raise your frequency is to prioritize your mental health, emotional health over everything. And that's what's happening right now on the planet. It's a great time to be alive, deep divers. I'm excited. Shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's in the chat. You know, self-love and self-healing is key. Self-love and self-healing. Age of Aquarius, like I say, we're already in that season. This is the reason why so many things are happening. That's the 24K soul. When will we be officially in the age of Aquarius? We're already here. We're in the transitional phase. Oh, we've dived so deep, deep divers, and we're still here. I still got energy. That's what happens when you put out good energy. You know, you got to remind yourself, and this is a great secret. Whatever you're doing should be giving you energy, not taking it away. If you're working at a job and you don't have energy when you come home, you're being robbed of your energy. You want to go to work and come home with more energy. That shows you're in the right purpose, in the right vocation. Because everything you do should be generating energy. This is the secret of raising your vibrational frequency. Some people say, I went for a walk. I came back, I feel so much better. Feel like I can fly, right? That's what happens. Because that's showing you that process, that when you are doing something in alignment with your highest evolution, it's going to raise your frequency. If you're doing something in alignment with your lowest evolution, it's going to lower your frequency. And that's why I always tell you, you go to work. If you come home, you feel tired all the time, it's lowering your frequency. You got to do something about it. You should be coming back home feeling recharged and better. But you've got to ask yourself, can I be honest with myself? Every video I make, I always feel better after I make the video. So it shows me I'm raising my frequency when I'm making the video. And this is key. Every day, whatever you're doing, ask yourself, how do I feel? Is it stealing my energy? Or is it helping me raise my vibrational frequency? And you want it to be raising your vibrational frequency. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Because if you can keep doing things which raise your frequency, you are going to be entering a whole new world where anything is possible. Deep divers, we dive deep. I love all of you. I'm going to keep it short. I keep the live stream short, deep divers. I just wanted to share with you. I hope everyone's day is going good. Hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. And breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Let's raise the frequency. I'm so happy. The whole world is just beginning. We already won.
You are now in the mix.
It's about us all. So many beautiful deep divers here. One love, deep divers. Raising the frequency. Raising the vibration. It's a choice. It's always a choice, deep divers. So happy to manifest whatever you want, to be whatever you want. It's a choice. Freedom is a must. We have to become the spoon. Deep divers, once again, make sure you hit that like button, share the video, hit that like button, share the video. And to everyone who's been here, powerful show. I love all of you. I'll be back again tomorrow. And one love. Let's go.